Hey, good morning. First John chapter 4 today, and John begins this by talking about spirits. And it's something we don't talk about a lot within the church, that there are spirits that are good spirits. We would say spirits that are following Christ, and there are spirits that are against Christ. And John is stressing that we need to test the spirits, that as an evil spirit or a good spirit is around, and it's really hard. I need to sometimes dig in deeper and try to really understand what's going on. But he says that every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is from God, and every spirit that does not confess Jesus is not from God. And then stresses in verse 4, a very popular verse in the spiritual realm, is that he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. So we should not fear evil spirits because God is greater and we have authority through Jesus. And then transitions to love, and perhaps between this chapter and 1 Corinthians 13, the two most famous chapters on love. And I want to kind of hang out a little bit on verse 7 and following. That it's kind of the campfire song, beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God, and he who loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. In this, the love of God was made manifest among us, that God sent his only Son into the world so that we might live through him. In this is love, not that we have loved God, but that he loved us and sent his Son to be the propitiation for our sins. That is the payment for our sin. Beloved, if God so loved us, we also ought to love one another. So, just saying that we are called to love one another, for love comes from God. And if we love, we are born of God, we know God, and anyone who doesn't love doesn't know God. So this command to love, and we see it the rest of this chapter. Whoever confesses that Jesus is the Son of God, God abides in him and he in God. It's abiding in God is just another way to talk about salvation. There's no fear in love. Perfect love casts out fear. We love because Christ or God first loved us. If anyone says, I love God, and hates his brother, he is a liar. This concept of being a liar we saw in chapters 1 and 2 as well. And this, whoever loves God must love his brother. So Paul's focus in chapter 4 is to test the spirits. And a spirit, if it's from Christ or from God, will confess that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh and that he is from God. And likewise, every spirit that doesn't confess Jesus is not from God. But we need to remember, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. And then this call to love, because God loved us, we are called to love one another. It is the hallmark of our faith that we must love one another, and that if we say we love God and we hate our brother, we are a liar. So it should really cause us to pause and think about the spiritual realm a little bit, and to think about, how am I doing loving my brother? And it's, frankly, some people are easier to love than others. And, but the call to love is, it's our walking orders. So I hope you have a great day. I'd love to know, how you think you're doing in this love component. If there's maybe some people you need to approach or forgive, or just seek to love more. And we'll wrap up 1 John tomorrow with chapter 5. So God bless. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.